Hi, my only competitor has a DA of 20. It has over 200 referring domains, mostly PBNs. Oof. But his on page is very bad. He didn't even mention location one time in the content, and he only has one location. Oh, I'm gonna get the rest of the question here, I think. There's only one location page that is ranking number 5 for main keyword, not for services keyword. How can I beat him? Niche is plumbing, comp is very low, citations are ranking on top 10. I mean, if citations are ranking, I think you might have, I'm not sure if you're the person that asked us about this. It was about like a super small town, like maybe up in Oregon or something, or Northern California, I can't remember. Maybe you're the same person, maybe not. But anyway, all right, so your competitor has a DA of 20. He's your only competitor, and your other competition is just basically citations. Well, the citations you should be able to beat out no problem. So then you just have the one competitor, right? I don't want to tell them to just spam out their site with PBNs or whatever. Normally I say look what competitors are doing and emulate that, but you've got the one competitor and he's got a ton of PBNs, so I can't really 100% recommend you follow that. But yeah, I mean you're gonna have to build. You might have to build some links to try to outdo him, right? Um, what do you think, Nick?
Just yeah. So it's a local site, which is typically going to be lower competition than what we're usually talking about. I'm kind of assuming here, but I think it's not a very competitive
Yeah,
metro, given that your competitor is using spam to rank,
and
right?
he has one competitor. The rest are just
Right.
citations. I don't even know why they have
So
so many PBNs if there's no other competition.
it's funny, somebody who I knew, friend of a friend called me recently saying something similar, where they had a Facebook page that was ranking with a GMB attached to it, and they were, always number one until this last algo update, and then they fell out of favor completely. There's one person in that metro using a WordPress website, and it's got citations on it. They rank number one for absolutely everything in that niche for that metro. But whenever you're seeing something like that, to me, it's ignore what your competitor is doing and just do things right. So make sure that your on page is better and more fleshed out than this competitor, right? You've got more services. Maybe you've got more areas served. It's got more content on there. Use Surfer if you want, although Surfer would be overkill here because there's no other competition, right? So you can probably just get away with doing, 500 words content per page, or, 500 to 1,000, somewhere in there. And then get your citations, boom, leg up, and then get, a couple authority links here and there month to month. And honestly, even just with the website and remedial backlinking, my opinion would be you've got a good shot at beating out this competitor and being number one for everything in that particular metro. So
Try to get some
whenever you see
local
something like
links
that,
too.
yeah, well, yeah, sure. That's gonna, be great for you too. But especially considering that somebody is spamming and they're staying at the top and there's no other competition, I think you've got a really good shot. You might not even need to use any backlinks. I wouldn't advise that. Just do the minimum pillow links, citations type stuff. Um, so that you've got longevity in that SERP, as typically metros are growing. But yeah, I would just focus on doing things the right way,
Yeah, especially yeah,
and
for a
going
real
slow.
business.
You don't beat out low competition SERPs by hammering down with a shit ton of power.
Yeah, that's so
You do
weird.
it by emulating kind of what happens in small metros, which is typically a lot slower, small growth. But especially when we talk about the way your site is set up, that's going to be of huge value here,
It's really
especially if your
weird that
competitor's crappy at it.
they even did that though. Like, why would you build so many PBN links to a zero competition
There's probably just some, I mean, like, it's funny. You
unless
look
they
in these
hired
local
someone?
SERPs and they hire random people
Yeah,
who only do local shit. but they're not well versed, right? Like they
$100
know
a
how to
month
get on
SEO.
Fiverr. They know they've got somebody to either they build a site and it's okay, it's got like kind of the concept down, or they outsource it to somebody, and then they get on Fiverr or some comparable backlinking, place, and they just order stuff that they ordered 5 years ago.
Yeah.
In low competition SERPs, if that's your bread and butter, if that's these people's bread and butter, then they don't necessarily have to grow the same as like affiliate marketers do with larger, more competitive SERPs, who do have to deal with some of these more nuanced kind of gains by diversifying backlink profile and paying attention to the trends that Google's actually monitoring and rewarding in the SERPs. So,
Yeah, like Nick was saying, it sounds like these guys, like you said, they don't even have any on-page done. They just blast it with PBN links. So if you just do things correctly, you get your site up there, get a nice site up there, build some topical authority, talk about plumbing or whatever, to build some nice location relevance throughout your site. So you're actually making a nice website, and then try to get some local links if you can. And then I feel like you really shouldn't need to push that much authority. If you can just do things like very nicely and very naturally, but still good as far as SEO goes, with some nice tactics in there and a little juice from some backlinks, then I feel like you should be able to beat out some like spammer. Another thing is they could literally just drop off the map at any time,
and maybe they would have
there's always
if
that.
there were any other competitors. But if Google doesn't really have good options to place up there, and they're like the only one that's showing up as a local business, maybe they're the only ones with a website. That's what happened in this metro that I was recently looking at. Then yeah, they're just going to be rewarded regardless because it's an exclusivity issue. There's nothing else to put there.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.